Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I called it! I fucking called it! Thank the Lord I was right! Let's freaking go! I called 2 leaders out of OP11 correct, and I've never been happier. So let's talk about it. So in previous videos, they weren't the topic of the video, but in previous videos, I mentioned possible leaders in the future. And I said, in Venom, I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a green Jinbi leader, and we'll be getting a Shirahoshi leader with the ability to cheat out Sea Kings, and she won't be able to attack. And sure enough, in OP11, both my ideas were correct. We are getting a green Jinbi leader, and we are getting a Shirahoshi leader with the ability to cheat out Sea Kings. So let's talk about it. So first things first, we're going to start off with Jinbi. I'm super gratified. I knew this was going to happen. It was either him or Brooke. I knew we were going to get another Straw Hat leader in OP11, just for the simple fact that we are still missing 3 Straw Hats. Now we are not. Now we're only missing 2. Before this set released, we of course got Usopp, who's our official, I believe, 7th member we got. No, he was our 6th Straw Hat we got. The 3 Straw Hats we were missing were, of course, Brooke, our lovely Super Frankie, and of course Jinbi. And it looks like for Whole Cake Island, it only makes sense to be Jinbi as our leader. He's the guy who got us out of Whole Cake Island. He is a prominent fisherman leader, and he's just a really great guy. He deserves a leader. He's one of the best cards. Not to mention, he is a not a supernova. He is a lovely 7 Warlords of the Sea. Meaning he's a really important figure. He's a Straw Hat. He's a 7 Warlord of the Sea. He's like one of the ambassadors for Fishman Island. He's a prominent character in Fisher Tiger's lore. He's one of the best characters in the entire story. And it was criminal that we have not gotten a leader until now. And I'm happy to say we got a leader. So let's actually talk about what he does. So first things first, he's a 5-life green leader, Fishman, and he has the lovely ability that during the end phase, if you have 6 or less cards in hand, you may re-stand one of your Fishman type characters and 1 Dawn, which is pretty awesome. So basically, he allows you to re-stand Hody motherfucking Jones and push even harder on the following turn, which feels awesome. Now, I can't say anything else about Jinbi just because we don't have any more Fishman cards. We don't know what his deck's going to be based around because, again, we only have the leader. But we do have some things to go on. But first, let's talk about Hody Jones and Arlong, who I am so happy I bought like the all arts of these leaders while they're dirt cheap. Because, man, these leaders are going to get some hella support in this set. Because we got 2 Fishman leaders in this set. Which means it's going to be nothing but green Fishman cards to boost these leaders into the meta capacity. Possibly. At least make them rogue. So, yeah, let's talk about these guys. So, at Arlong, of course, we have the East Blue Fishman cards. We got the Arlong himself. We got our lovely Arlong crew guys. There's not really nothing to write home about, but I think Arlong the leader is pretty awesome. Now, let's talk about our lovely Hody Jones from OP06. We got introduced to the new Fishman Pirates, otherwise known as the Racist Fishmen. So, yeah, we got a whole line of Fishman cards. Most of them require you to trash your life in order to do effects, which makes them bad. However, there are a couple of cards like Hody Jones that are still pretty good. We also got Shirahoshi, who is a merfolk / Fishman Searcher, which is also just a generically great card. We also got Vander Decken, who can just trash a Fishman to pop any rested character in the game. Pretty solid generic Fishman card. We also got the Jinbi promo, which is a 2K, which also feels pretty good to own. And we also got some other like generic cards. At OP07, we got the Fisher Tiger, which is also just really good. And we also got the blocker that on death cheats out a 3-cost or lower Fishman card, which is also really cool, Aladdin. And yeah, so I really do think Jinbi has potential. There's already a good amount of Fishman cards, and this leader can already play without any of the new support revealed for him. So there you go. This is our green leader of OP11, which makes me happy because out of all the Straw Hats, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I think he's my favorite. For some reason, I always loved Jinbi. Before he was a Straw Hat, he was my favorite character in the Paramount War. I thought he was a bro. I thought he was cool. I thought he was very honorable. I've always loved his character, so I'm glad he's finally getting a leader. That marks our next, 7 Warlords leader completed. and our lovely, lovely, brand new Straw Hat leader completed. That leaves us Frankie and our lovely, lovely Brooke as our last two leaders for the Straw Hats until every Straw Hat will officially have a leader in the One Piece TCG. Next, let's talk about Shirahoshi, who I did not think was coming out in this set. However, I did completely guess on her ability. I was 100% spot on. So I, in a previous video, said that if we were ever going to get a Shirahoshi leader, she'll probably come out in a Fishman set, and her ability is that she's going to be a 5 life leader, probably green of some kind, and she'll have the ability to basically cheat out Sea Kings for free, but she won't be able to attack. And that's basically what this leader does. So she's a 5 life green yellow leader. She cannot attack, but she's absolutely awesome. She has the ability to cheat out Sea Kings, like I said, which is pretty awesome. Now, she's kind of a mix between our lovely, lovely Water 7 Iceberg slash Vegapunk slash generic non-attacking leader who cheats out characters, and also Calgara, because she cheats out characters based on how much Dawn you have available. Kind of like a mix between, like I said, Calgara and an Iceberg. So Calgara's whole gimmick is when he attacks, he allows you to cheat out characters based on how much Dawn you have. So let's say on your 5 Dawn turn, you can put all your Dawn on Calgara, swing with Calgara, and cheat out a 5 cost character, basically. Well, this character does the same thing, but she doesn't attack. She does it, which is pretty nice. And overall, it's a really good card. She's green and yellow, which also just feels really good, and I'm really happy about that. And then finally, for our final leader, who I had no idea was going to be, I didn't think we were getting another Luffy leader, much less another purple Luffy leader, but here we are. We have a purple-blue Straw Hat Luffy leader, Snake Man form, which is pretty interesting. So, yeah, he is a 3 life 6k leader who has the ability, once you have 8 or more Dawn on field, you are able to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add a Straw Hat card to your hand, and then place them in any order, and then that's it. That's the leader, which is pretty interesting. So let's talk about this ability. So unlike the Shirahoshi, who we can't really speculate on because we have never gotten a CT card, and unlike Jinbi, who, yes, we have had some Merfolk cards, but we're not really like exactly know which Merfolk cards we're specifically getting, like how that leader will work with Fishman cards. We're not really sure with that. However, we can talk about this leader because this leader already is meta competitive by itself. No support needed. Because why? The last 4 sets we've been getting nothing but purple Straw Hat cards to make it actually viable. So let's actually talk about the purple Straw Hat cards. So this leader basically can just revolve around these guys. You can easily just play Black Maria on your 3 Dawn turn, ramp up to 8 technically, quote unquote, then luckily just add whatever you want, stack your deck however you want, and then at the end of the turn, you'll minus your Dawn back to your opponent, and then you're like, cool, I'm going to do this every freaking turn. And you're just going to constantly keep Dawn up with your opponent and really ruin the day. And plus, because you were a blue attribute, you can play cards like Sanji and just stack your deck so you can do Sanji with leader ability and just completely out-counter your opponent. Not to mention, you're basically drawing every turn. Black Maria might actually need to be banned with this leader. It is kind of insane. The fact that this leader allows you to stack your deck, allowing you to just go Sanji into 9-drop Luffy, is kind of crazy. Or Sanji into a 7-drop Luffy into a Sanji Zoro would be kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, yeah, that's it for the new leaders. Let's speculate some more. We still have 3 leaders not knowing. So, we already know who our green leader is. That's our Jinbi, meaning that green will be the Fishman attribute of this set. Most likely, all the cards we're getting in the green will be Fishman cards, which are pretty awesome. Next, let's talk about yellow. So, yellow will probably be Shirahoshi. I don't know if all the cards will be for Shirahoshi as yellow. I think what's going to happen is that we are going to get another yellow kind of leader, and they're going to be the yellow leader of this set, while Shirahoshi is sharing the yellow and green cards with Jinbi, if that makes any sense. Now, I could be completely wrong. She could just easily be a yellow leader with the Fishman cards, and with the Sea Kings, and Jinbi could just be the fishman cards with the green cards. That can easily just be the case. However, with previous sets in the past, like for example, Dragon, because there's already support for that leader in some way, or for example, here's a better example, OP11, we have Kid and Law. There's not that many Law-centric cards. However, Law's cards are kind of Kid's cards, if that makes any sense. Like, all the new Supernova cards that help Law are all yellow, because we don't want to help the green Supernova decks like Bonnie. I think that's the same thing that's going to happen here, where most of the cards for both leaders will be green, with occasionally a couple of them being yellow. I think that's just how it's going to work. Now, as for who our yellow leader will probably be in this set, if it ain't Shirahoshi, I think it's going to be Capone Game Beige. And let me tell you why. So, if you don't know, Capone Game Beige was basically the main Supernova we focused on in this set. For a while now, I've been saying Capone will probably be a leader in this set, just for the simple fact that we need him as a Supernova. I think by the time this card game ever ends, we will have every Supernova as a leader, and we'll have every Supernova, every 7 Warlords, and every Straw Hat. I feel like that's almost guaranteed at this point. And guess what? We still need all the Supernovas. That includes our lovely, lovely Capone Game Beige, which, by the way, we're in Whole Cake Island. This arc focused on Capone Game Beige and him trying to kill Big Mom. So I wouldn't be surprised if the yellow cards in this set will be Fire King or Fire Tank Pirate cards. Now, I won't say he's a mono yellow leader. He might be yellow black. He might be yellow red. Who knows? But I do know he will be a yellow attribute of some kind, probably in this set, if Shirahoshi is not getting all the yellow cards for her. Now, there you go. That's my caveat. So, it's either the yellow leader is going to be Shirahoshi, or she's sharing the green cards with Jinbi, and the yellow leader of this set will be our lovely, what's it called? I already said his name. What's his name? Capone Game Beige. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in OP11, Law and Kid were introducing the yellow Supernova cards. And I would not be surprised if they get a second wave of yellow Supernova cards in the form of Capone Game Beige. I just see that happening. Now, as for what Capone Game Beige will do, I have no idea. I love his Devil Fruit. He basically allows you to put soldiers inside of them and he cheats them out. Maybe it's a similar ability to that, but that sounds too similar to Shirahoshi, so I'm not really sure. Maybe it's like a compulsive effect where after all your characters attack, they return back to hand, but they're easy to cheat out. Maybe that's the case. I really don't know how he'll work, but I'm pretty sure if there will be a Supernova leader, it's going to be Capone, and it's going to be a yellow attribute of some kind in this set, mark my words. Now let's talk about the other attributes in this set. So I'm pretty sure purple will be I'm not sure what color our Monkey D. Luffy will be. Of course he is blue and he is of course purple. So we have two options to go by. He'll either be introducing the blue Straw Hats into the One Piece card game. We already have a few in like the promo pack with the blue Straw Hat Luffy leader. And of course we also have the Impel Down Luffy that's also a blue Straw Hat. We also have Usopp, who's like blue Straw Hat, and like Nami cards, which are blue Straw Hat kinda. But we really don't have a blue Straw Hat type. And I would like to say this is most likely where we're going with this 6-cost leader. I say 6-cost leader. 6,000 power leader. Just because getting another set with purple Straw Hat cards feels almost ridiculous at this point. Like, Purple Luffy and Purple Black Luffy are already two of the best decks in the format. They're not the best deck, but they're definitely, like, top 10, maybe top 20 when it comes to Black Purple Luffy. But also Purple Red Luffy. They're all insane leaders. So it'll be kind of crazy if we got a whole other set focusing on the purple Straw Hat cards. So I think we'll probably be getting blue Straw Hat cards, which probably makes sense to me. However, that contradicts another theory I had in another previous video. So let's talk about this. I said in the previous video that if we were getting OP11, I thought we would be getting a Vinsmoke Judge blue leader. And the idea there is that blue-purple Reiju only feels like a purple deck. Her leader revolves around the purple cards. There are no blue, there are no blue Vinsmoke cards. Her whole deck feels like a purple deck that should have been a blue deck. My bad. Her purple deck that should not have been multicolored. And I thought that in this set, we'll be getting new blue Vinsmoke cards to help boost up Reiju as a competitive deck, while also introducing a new Vinsmoke leader in the form of Judge. And we know we are getting a Judge-like leader in this set. We know the Germa 66 will be getting a new leader. We know it's not going to be Reiju because she already has a leader, so it's either going to be Judge or it's going to be the oldest brother, which is Ichiji, I think his name is? Yeah, Ichiji, the red one. So here's my prediction. And I think Judge will be the leader in this set, and he will either be blue or red. I think if we're going to get Germa 66, those are the colors it's going to be. It's either going to be blue to help Reiju as a deck, or it's going to be completely different like they did with other sets, where they get an existing archetype, and then they make more support for that archetype, but they change the colors so that doesn't help the previous leader. And an example of this would be like in OP08, where we got the purple Big Mom cards that were not supposed to help yellow Big Mom cards. However, we still got yellow Big Mom cards, so that's a little counter-addictive. But, this is a better example. And in that same set, we also got Marco cards, which are blue attribute, which help blue Yellow Ace and blue Marco, but they're not supposed to help Whitebeard and Ace, the red leaders. Does that make more sense? I think the same thing might be happening in this set. Either way, we're getting a Judge leader. He's most likely, like I said, going to be blue, if not purple. So it's debating on that there. Oh, as I said, purple. No, he's not going to be a purple leader. Unless he's like a purple and like blue or purple and red leader, which would be weird. I don't know. We really don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. But it's kind of a toss-up. The blue-purple Luffy's throwing me the fuck off, and I don't know what to do about it. So I think if we are getting Vinsmoke cards, most likely they're going to be red. And I'm just going to call it there. Probably red, maybe blue. And then as for our purple-blue Luffy leader, he's probably going to be blue. I don't know. His leader's kind of throwing me off. And then let's talk about the final leader revealed. Well, we don't have it revealed, but the final color we got to talk about, which is black. We have no idea who will be the black leader of this set. Black leaders are usually Navy type. They're usually like really strong cards in that regard. I have no clue. Would this be a Big Mom leader? Will we be getting black Big Mom cards? Maybe. We do have a black yellow Linlin. Maybe this is how we help that leader out. We get black Linlin cards that can help black yellow Linlin. Maybe that's the way it goes. Maybe that's the way. Maybe we get like a Parasparrow that's like, oh, I am the black leader in this set, but I also play yellow, and I'm also a Big Mom leader. So you can also play the black Big Mom cards and black yellow Big Mom. That's my idea there. That's all I got. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't think it's stupid. See you next one, and bye-bye. Also, I was right at least about Jinbi and Shiroji. Let's go!